What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gershwan.
And once again, we're back at it, answering more questions in another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get those questions first. Also, we have super thanks. If you guys want a guaranteed answer for the next episode, hit us up with a super thanks. It supports the channel, and you get a thumbnail question as the next episode. But this question comes from
Erock9. Thanks again. His question is, Time Shock. How are pre-heresy characters like Guilliman and the Lion adapting to the new Imperium? And how are they trying to fix it?
Very diplomatically.
So we've seen Guilliman try and have like a council with the High Lords to try and get things all on the same page. And they've actually done it.
Yeah, and then he obviously doesn't like the Imperial Creed because, like, when he was alive, the worship of the Emperor was not a thing. The Emperor actually punished Lorgar for worshiping him. So now having an entire, I guess, organization following you around and saying, like, are you sure you're venerating the God Emperor? Guilliman is just kind of like, I'll put up with it. But, yeah.
Because he knows that's not the main thing ailing the Imperium right now. And he needs to get the Imperium to a position where then they could focus on other things.
Also, Guilliman and the Lion, or at least Guilliman has spoken to the Emperor, so I'm pretty sure the Emperor is like the, not necessarily know-it-all, but like he knows a lot, and he's able to say like, okay, so this is what we're going to have to do. And he might have told Guilliman, like, put up with the bullshit that's going on right now because of the stagnant existence of the Imperium. Things will get better, kind of thing.
Yeah, and like Guilliman has done a lot. Like he reinstated the Sisters of Silence. He's pushed back the Plague Wars. He's literally died and come back because the Emperor has like blessed him against Mortarion. So like he is putting himself literally on the line to make sure the Imperium is doing good, what his father would want.
Yeah.
The Lion, he just came back very recently, so we really haven't seen what he's up to. We just know that he's been re-recruiting the Fallen, which are renegades, not Chaos Space Marines, back into the Imperial fold to push back Chaos.
Yeah. Next question comes from Real Henry Bayman. If you had to get your ass eaten back to back by a low tier enemy from each faction, in what order would you do it? Whatever I do, I'll end with Tyranids. I gotta feel, I have a feeling they'd not leave it intact.
Yeah, so it's like, you want to go out big.
And then let's clarify what low level...
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, what does that mean?
I think for the Orcs, it's Gretchen. For the Necrons, it's Scarabs. Tyranids are the...
Gaunts. No, Rippers.
Yeah, Rippers. Was the Imperium is just regular Space Marines?
Would it, humans?
Guard?
Like Guardsmen?
Yeah.
Or would it be like Servitors?
No, I don't think it would be Servitors, because you rarely play Servitors as a, like...
Yeah, so, Guardsmen.
Guardsmen. Chaos is Cultists. Or Xenagors if you play...
Zangors.
Or Zangors, there you go.
Yeah.
If you play Tzeentch.
Well, I mean, because if you go with all the Chaos Demons, you have Zangors, you have Nurglings, you have... Would it be the Fiends of Slaanesh? Or Demonettes?
What do the Fiends look like?
Fiends are like those anteater things, like that they ride.
I feel like that's just cavalry. Let's just stick with Chaos just being cultists.
Yeah.
And then even though Nurglings, like
a Tau.
Yeah, the Tau would be
drones, or would it just be regular fire warriors?
Yeah, drones. Yeah. And then what's the last one that we're missing? I think we got the Eldar.
Eldar, just regular like guardians.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go 100% with the Eldar.
Well, he wants us to list a tier. So I guess we have to kind of like be equal just so it's quicker.
Yeah.
Because I feel that anything that looks humanoid right off the bat should be first. So yes, warriors, cultists, and Imperial Guardsmen would probably be the top three in whatever order.
Yeah.
Even though I would want the Eldar to go first.
Oh, hands down. That's what I'm picking.
And then next... I feel that because they're humanoid, technically, Gretchen would come next for me.
Gretchen? Because they got them, like, noses and the claws and the biting?
Yeah, so I think their nose would prevent them from, like, biting anything that they should into.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Next one, who did we say? Oh, did we say Tau already? The drones?
The drones.
Well, actually, the drones would go first before the...
Because they got to prep it.
Yeah, before the Gretchen, though.
Yeah.
And I feel like the drones would just be like, I don't know, just, they're robots. It's like somebody using toys now.
Exactly, yeah.
And then...
All I know is the last thing has to be either Rippers or Scarab Swarms.
I don't think Scares would be that bad.
No? Have you not seen The Mummy, what they do?
Well, they go inside.
Right.
But he's just like giving you, what did he say? Eating. Yeah.
No, I don't know if I could do sharp mechanical. Yeah. I mean, teeth are almost the same thing, but like I feel like Rippers than them.
Also, just for a clarification, if anybody ever eats your ass, they should not use teeth. Next question.
This one is. Oh, where's it at?
You're not chewing, guys. I have one from Austin Palmer. He says, I'm making a Night Lord successor chapter. Here are names I came up with. Let me know what you guys think. Favorites or favorites? I'm not 1,000% settled on the color scheme yet the name might have some influence to do with the crimson ones. I'm thinking the crimson black and white, or I'm thinking crimson black and white lightning, metallic green gold tan, grayish black tones with haunted blue green or green blue whites, and possibly a play on the classic Night Lord colors. Any inspirations much appreciated. Oh, you have a full list of all of them.
I always like the darker, like the blacks, the grays with the blue, the greens, the whites, because I feel like they have a really good feel, especially when you look at the Age of Sigmar night haunts, like the ghosts and stuff like that. So it really depends on like how you want the theme to kind of like fit together. Because if you go just full on Night Lords, I mean, I guess you could, but then what's differentiating them from just Night Lords?
Yeah, and as far as the names, I think you got all the names pretty down packed. They're actually really good, like Lord of Harvest, Nightbringer, Echo Knight, Harvest Lord, Night Marauder. It sounds really badass.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, right now I'm looking for a guy that posts Kit Bash stuff that hopefully you get inspiration from. Once I pull it up, I'll let you know what it is, but if we want to keep going, thank you for that suggestion. Or that, like, you bringing that up so that we can kind of look at it. But yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people ask us what our thoughts are, because this is something that is really important to a lot of hobbyists. These are going to be an army that you're going to spend time, money, and effort into creating. And it's not just something that like, oh, I'll just buy this. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, no, like if you're creating your own lore and stuff like that, you want everything in the army to be the way you want it, because you're going to see it all the time. You're going to play with it all the time. And you're going to want it to do better than just like borrowing somebody's army. It's like, yeah, if they don't win, whatever, it's not my army. But if you're putting all the effort into like kit bashing and converting and painting it really well, I think it's got to be more important than a lot of people realize within the hobby, because it's not just like any other game or whatever. You just play the pieces. You're not really invested with that singular piece. But with 40K, it's much more different.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still looking for the dude, so if we want to move on to the next question.
Yeah, while you do that, I'll go ahead with this one. Isaac Chan. Even if GW actually makes new groundbreaking lore changes like the Primaris for the Orcs, the Eldari, or the Drukhari, do you think that this will reflect to an increase in sales for those minis?
If they become OP, yes.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's the thing, though, because like we seen the new army for the squads basically when they came back, and like they were OP, so everybody was like trying to play them because they were going to win tournaments. But that backfired, because now that everybody's buying them and bringing them to tournaments, the tournament players are like, hey, this is too overpowered, they're banned. So now that they're banned, all the money you spent, all the time you spent, all the effort you spent to get this army painted, built, on the table, ready, that's all got thrown out the door. So of course GW doesn't want this, because then that's going to be a whole upheaval of like, why would you push this army so hard just for sales when you can't even play the army at GW sanctioned events? Like, that's where the line starts to get blurred.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that Games Workshop creating really good rules for a new army so that you can buy it is very it's just like a scumbag type of move.
Yeah.
Especially when what you're saying is true, that people are going to ban them from tournaments, or they're going to FAQ them so that they become not as good.
Yeah, but I don't know if like the orcs already got their Primaris with the Beast Naga boys. Do you think that was a necessary? Like, do they needed that change, that addition to the army?
I think they needed it because we needed new orc boys. The orc boys, when you compare them to the Primaris Marines, look pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But yeah, adding a new faction was not necessary. A new unit would have been good, but I think it added like a whole new clan and everything.
Right, because didn't the orcs get, like, just a regular orc boy get a toughness increase?
Yes.
So why not just call that the new orc?
Boy, yeah, they should have.
Instead of making Beast Nagas, just make this, this new sculpt is for orc boys, they're tougher.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I have the name of the Instagram page. It's Hephaestus Studios. HEPHAISTOSS or S Studios. And he has some really badass looking Night Lord models. At least I think they're Night Lords. Definitely check them out for inspiration.
Hephaestus Studios.
Hephaestus, there you go.
Yeah, like the, was it Greek or Roman god?
I think, yeah, one of them. And then those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. And if you have, if you want to support the channel, you can with a super thanks. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah, so thanks again for listening, watching, sending us these questions, and all your super thanks will be highly appreciated. As always, it's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1.
And we are out of here.
Always used to put my freedom first.